No, the following story contains mild language and themes of war. It has a PG rating, so keep this in mind. It was a peaceful day on the island of Sodor. All of the engines put in a hard day's work, and come evening time, it was time for the engines to go back to their sheds.
Wow, this day was hard, but at least I didn't get my pants dirty.
Ugh. Is that all you have to talk about, James?
What? My paint work is nothing but fabulous.
I'm just glad I could get the work done. Well, now is my time to get the flying kipper.
Henry chugs off.
What about the mail, Percy?
Oh yeah, Murdoch's seen that.
Ah,
Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived.
Henry, wait up. Tomorrow is very important. Sir Robert Normanby, Sodor's titular Earl and Duke, is coming to Knapford Station to announce something very important. The famous eight will have to be there.
They all blow their whistles and Toby rings his bell.
Ah, I cannot wait to show him the Western way. Duck, the Great Western has been gone for decades now. It's all British Railways now, for the most part. Makes me grateful Sodor is independent from Britain, lest we all get scrapped.
All of the engines shiver with that idea. Duck just looks down sadly. The next morning, all the engines wake up and go to Knapford.
Presenting His Majesty, Sir Robert Normanby II.
Robert II comes out as Stephen, and the drivers come out and bow. It is Independence Day for the Duchy of Sodor. Today is a day to celebrate.
Which gives all of you the jobs of bringing balloons, streamers, and everything party related to the celebration of the capital, Sudbury.
Wow, I haven't gotten a big job like this in a while.
I'm excited, sir, but what about Duck and I's branch lines? I've instructed Murdoch to work on yours, and Oliver to work on Duck's. They're fine with it. Oliver loves the Little Western, and Murdoch would think it's too loud.
So, the engines all brought their trucks to the celebration.
Wow, I love this new special. Never call it that again, Thomas. Sorry, it sounded much cuter in my head.
The engines arrive, and Robert is about to open the celebration until a huge explosion is heard. What the heck? Excuse my language. What's going on? Keep tight, engines. I gotta investigate.
What's going on?
I have no clue.
I've not seen such violence at the Great War.
Robert runs to where the explosion came from and notices a coup being done. The Chancellor of Sodor, Andrew Brenner, escapes from the government building. My Duke, there's been a coup. We must escape. They go. For the first time, said Robert, Sodor is under a civil war. They go back to the stand. Remain calm! Remain calm! We can fix this! Thomas, I must enter your cab.
Okay, what's all this about?
He climbs in. Look, I probably would have guessed that you and your friends were never that involved in the politics of the island. Not since the Great War, anyway.
Not except Edward and Toby. Why?
Look, ever since 2004, Sodor has been basically ran by a company. This company originally was called Hit Logistics. Hit Logistics was a technocratic company. They made some strange but interesting innovations. But then it was bought out by Mattel Corporations.
Mattel, the toy company?
I'm not entirely sure. I guess they wanted to expand their market, but they ruled over the island with an iron fist until 2012. The events of the Sudrian Spring happened. The Sudrian Revolution was, and the peaceful rule of Chancellor Andrew Brenner. Now it's 2018, and Mattel wants to take the island back, but we're not going without a fight. I proclaim this the Sudrian Civil War and the Sudrian Winter.
I see. Well, me and my friends are willing to fight for our soda no matter what. We already heard about the deaths of our brothers at the hands of a monopolizing megacorporation in England and Scotland. We won't let it happen in Sodor.
They plan on unleashing a thing called Project All Engines Go, which is a clone of you and your friends, except weirdly enough of Noah, Edward, and Henry. They're missing for some reason.
That's strange.
They go back to Knapford.
I heard of
We will fight hard to take back our island. They shake hands.
Together, this is what matters the most.
I'm with you.
Me too.
It was a couple weeks later of fighting. The engines tried their best to do their jobs, but were often ambushed. It became instruction that the engine's drivers had to carry rifles. Robert? Yes? I got word from Queen Elizabeth. She agrees to help us. Good. I'm happy she agreed to help us. Back at Tidmouth Sheds.
James, why do you have a huge covering on you?
So the rebels don't mess with my paintwork.
Yes, I'm sure when you're blown to bits, your paintwork will look beautiful. Gordon just rolls his eyes. About a month later of the fighting, Robert II and Sir Topham Hatt arrived at Tidmouth Sheds. I just remembered. There's another world that is accessible through a portal in Berlin. Thomas, I'll need a ride in you.
Cool. I forgot to ask, where's Millie, Glenn, and Stefan?
Stored in the steamworks. These guys might try to destroy them, so I use the 8 famous engines who they don't want to destroy because they plan on cloning you guys.
That sounds awesome. More engines with awesome paintwork.
Yes, paintwork on versions of you that is loyal to evil. They depart. They go to Brendam Docks, which is not controlled by rebels, and Thomas is lifted onto a boat by Cranky.
Good luck.
We shall defend Brendam.
I just want to defend myself. I can't move.
Thomas and Robert depart for Normandy, and then they go off to Berlin. This is my stop. Go to a sighting. You'll be safe here in Germany. And now go talk to Celestia, the Princess of Equestria. Robert goes through the portal and ends up in Luna's closet.
What? Oh yeah, Celestia wanted to pull a prank on me by putting the mirror portal in my closet to make me think there are monsters in there. Celestia, I'm not 5 years old anymore.
Celestia's heard laughing upstairs.
Are you here on official business?
Yes, I am.
Celestia's upstairs being immature.
Robert II goes up. Celestia is having a meeting with some of the equestrian nobility. Oh, hello, Robert II. How's old Sodor going? Oh, opposite of fantastic. We're under attack. We need backup. I see. We can give you some of our military. Yes, of course. Equestria has never seen a defeat. Not from Changelings, Discord, even Luna when she came Nightmare Moon. Luna scowls at Comic Field as she comes downstairs. Anyway, I'll get back to my hot cocoa. Celestia turns to Spitfire. Assemble our greatest soldiers, train them in Turkey for a week, and have them arrive on the island of Sodor by 11 o'clock next Friday. Yes, ma'am! Spitfire does so next Friday. I'm prepared. Are you prepared? The pony soldiers salute, and British soldiers come to their side as well. For the Queen! For the Queen! Ah, the British have come to fight for us too. Nice. Mattel's rebels arrive, with some soldiers from America and Russia. Great, now the Pact of Tokyo wants to support them. What do you expect? With their 2 main rivals fighting for Sodor, they want to fight us. I don't see any Japanese though. Guessing it's mostly a Russo-American mission. Enough arguing, we need to fight. After some fighting, the Sudrians began losing. However, Robert II got an idea, and he went to Tidmouth.
Locomotive infantry? Holy indignity. How will that even work?
It's quite simple, old Gordon. We install soldiers into your coaches. It'll look like you're just pulling passengers. Then BAM! Out come Sudrian soldiers with artillery. And they'll blast the rebels. I already gave the word to Jeremiah Joblings, our head general. Yes, this is a great idea. After about a month, they retook Codyfell, and the rebels also bombed Wellsworth. The Wellsworth bombing memorial was built soon after it was retaken by the Sudrians. Our next step is Misty Island. We must retake it through a naval invasion. But Sir Topham Hatt thinks about it for a second.
Actually, there's an easier method. There's a hidden tunnel that leads right to it. We could ambush them.
They do, and raid Misty Island. It is discovered that the logging locals were working for them, so they are scrapped.
That's my first scrapping. And hopefully your only.
Don't feel bad, old Thomas. It was for the best. Nobody else will be scrapped, I promise. Ari and Bert leave, and the last of Mattel's land was finally taken, and Sodor is now at peace. It was almost a year since the winter began, so the engines try to celebrate the Independence Day again a couple days later, and it goes off without a hitch, and everyone celebrates. There is now peace on Sodor. The engines, after all that work, all feel very useful. Comic Field, for saving me from that assassin. It is within the power invested in me to make you my personal guard. It's an honor, Your Majesty. Comic, it was like 5 years ago, and I was in the human world, and I became a mother. Hey, Twilight. So I was with the Hippogrifian Royal Navy. We were sailing through around the nations of our alliance, and then we saw the island off the coast of Equestria. A huge one. It's never been seen before. It's like it emerged out of nowhere. How in Celestia's name could some random island appear, Spike? What happened? As soon as I reached the shore, a giant wall surrounded us, and when we came close, they shot at us. They shouted, "Get out of here, pony scum," and they resembled that primate thing that tried to kill you. Your Majesty, it is a clear act of aggression towards Equestria. We must act now. If we do this, the whole thing can be solved once and for all.